She's the senior programming specialist at Stance who loves rescuing animals and has a strong passion for empowering women. I'm delighted to welcome and have a conversation with Sarah Zandbergen of Stance on Small Talk. I'm your host, Javed Khan. Sarah Zandbergen, welcome to Small Talk.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Sarah, it's a delight to have you on our show. And you are the senior program specialist for a movement. I call this a movement by the name of Stance. And my understanding from this is that Stance really came out of from one of your executives at the organization that you're working for. They wanted to bring or introduce some sort of financial literacy program. And then from there, my understanding is then there's a research group who came and then they did all kinds of great funky research and came to the conclusion that there really wasn't a gap in terms of the understanding between women and men when it comes to finances. There really was, what they really came up with is that there's more of a confidence gap between the two sexes, and really want to hear about that continuing story. And then, what this whole movement about Stance is about, Sarah. Please help us with this.
Absolutely. And thank you, Javed. I'm honored to be here. I'm so excited. So you're right. Stance did come about at EQ Bank. It was born out of an idea that we wanted to have a financial literacy project. It was pioneered by our senior VP of marketing and sales, Kim Kuklowitz. And really what it turned into was a financial confidence, and you said it right, a movement. Because what we really want to recognize is that women have access to a lot more financial knowledge than people give us credit for, and that we give ourselves credit for. And what it really is about taking that ownership, not deferring it to someone else. And we just finished our first year, which is very exciting stuff. We had an official launch here in Toronto and another one in Vancouver. We had a lot of great ambassadors working with us, the likes of Manjeet Minhas from Dragon's Den, Michelle Romanow, also from Dragon's Den, and some influencers here in the Toronto business community who really supported us a lot and gave us a lot of great exposure. So now we're in year 2, and I am so excited to keep building it.
Now, from this whole conversation of financial confidence, and it seems to be that theme, what are some of the things from your experiences, Sarah, you're finding when it comes to injecting, if I may say, injecting some level of confidence in women, specifically when it comes to financial confidence? Love to hear you, some of your thoughts around that.
Absolutely. I think that really the conversation needs to change. And what I mean by that is, when I was growing up, I had an older brother, and financial knowledge was not shared with me. And I from my conversations with other women, I'm finding that this is not unique to me and that it happens a lot. And I actually was speaking with a girlfriend who has 2 children, and she bought a book about finance and she with her son first. And then she caught herself and said, wait, why am I not sharing this with my daughter? And I think that it's just kind of a little bit of an archaic feeling that we just need to get out of, that we're all humans, we all make money, and it's a different world these days. A lot of millennials now are buying houses on their own, they're staying single longer, they're not getting married. Money isn't the same as it used to be. And for all of us who go to work every day and make that money, we need to recognize that we need to take ownership of that, regardless of our gender.
So for the viewers who are watching, we've provided Sarah's contact information. And for those who are listening to the audio podcast version, Sarah's contact information is in the session description area. Now, wanted to then, just taking more from there, what would you say are sort of the top 3 items that, or maybe sort of top 3 things people are really concerned about when it comes to building confidence in their finances? What kind of research has the organization come to in terms of that conclusion?
That's a really great question. And I would say the number 1 is investing. A lot of people are they don't know where to get started, and they're unsure about whether, okay, can I get a financial advisor? Do I have to have a lot of money to get a financial advisor? And that's something that we really like to dispel that myth is, regardless of your financial I want to say station in life, regardless of how much money you make, essentially, you can get financial advice. You can get it for free, you can get it for cheap, and you can research. Google is an amazing tool. You can use it to find out things about investing. But I would have to say the number one thing is investing. The second one would be retirement. A lot of women want to learn about saving for retirement. And it's more than just, okay, I know I need an RSP, but what else do I need to do? And the third is your everyday thing. Buying a home is also really big, and just everyday saving and budgeting.
And now you also have, I think, if I may say, a partnership with a financial advisor. Just talk to me about that. I don't know if, she writes a lot, and I just wanted for you to just share that the fact that, the Stance movement also has educational materials and opportunities for people to consume and also share amongst their group. Just share with us that whole area.
Definitely. Well, we partnered with Lisa Zamparo, who is a CPA and a professional business coach. She authors our Ask Lisa columns. So if you go on stance.ca and go to Ask an Expert, you can actually type in whatever you want to ask. You can go under a pseudonym if you want it to be confidential, anonymous, or you can put your real name if you're really brave, and Lisa will write back. And that's, I love Stance. I'm very passionate about Stance, and I'm eager to talk about Stance all day long. However, I am not an expert in finances, so we really needed that partnership of somebody who knows what she's talking about, and we're so excited and happy to have Lisa on board. And so if anybody has any questions out there, ask Lisa.
That's awesome. So just to reiterate, folks, if you are interested in understanding what this movement is about and it's growing, please go to stance.ca. And you'll notice it's not the typical STANCE, it's STC. Is it STNCE? Is that right?
That's right, STNCE. Okay.
Great. So you've got that on the screen, folks, STNCE, and it's .ca, and you can go and find various content pieces there, the ability to ask questions to their experts, information about panels, and also I would understand, Sarah, an opportunity for people to participate and be involved in Stance. Is that also some of the things they can get on the website?
Absolutely, and something that we really, really wanted it to be when we started Stance was an open conversation. We want to give women that safe space where they feel like they're comfortable to come, talk about money, talk about their finances, and you can absolutely do that. Reach out to us on social, reach out to us on the website. There's somebody behind that. It's usually me, and we'll talk back if you talk to us, for sure. Awesome,
and as I've mentioned, the social information that has been provided from Sarah is there on the screen, so please do reach out. Now, Sarah, we always ask this question, time guests, if you had an opportunity to have a conversation with anyone, a small talk conversation with anyone, living or past, who would it be?
My answer to that would have to be Amy Cuddy. And the reason for that, if you haven't watched Amy Cuddy's TED Talk, please do yourself a favor, give yourself 20 minutes and watch it. Amy Cuddy pioneered what we like to call the power pose, which is a lot of women watching will be familiar with this. Your hands on your hips, your feet wide apart, and your good posture. And Amy is a PhD, and she spoke a lot about how your body language shapes your mind. And she actually is the inspiration about why the A is missing in Stance, because as much as we identify with this power pose, we recognize that confidence is a work in progress, and there might be a little something missing, but we can fill that in.
Wow, that's amazing. Always love these answers. So thank you so much, Sarah, for your time. Really appreciate it. And I really appreciate you and being who you are and coming here on Stance, or not on Stance, on Small Talk.
Stance, on Small Talk. Small Talk Stance. It's perfect. We should make a hashtag.
Absolutely. Thanks so very much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you to Sarah Zandbergen of Stance for joining me on Small Talk. You can also listen to the show as part of our podcast series. Now it's your turn. Please comment, subscribe, and share. If you've got a topic you'd like to discuss on the show, please give me a call or send me an email. We'll talk with you next time.